this method study. I'm Dr. Hu from Hanchai Health Center in South Africa. Today we are going to talk about Gui Tang. In previous video, we have talked about Ma Huang Tang, Da Qinglong Tang, Xiao Qinglong Tang, which is they all modified from Ma Huang Tang. Today we're going to talk about Gui Tang. Gui Tang and Ma Huang Tang, they both from Shanghan Lun, which was written by Zhang Zhongji in about 200 AD. Gui Tang is described in the books that the symptoms of Gui Tang is patient was attacked by cold, and the patient will have fever, will be sweating. So in Ma Huang Tang, patient there's no sweat. In Gui Tang, the patient will feel sweat. So on the skin of the patient, you will feel it moist. Patient aversion to wind, may have runny nose, may have nausea. The tongue may be white, and patient is not feeling thirsty. The pulse is floating and slow or normal, or floating weak. So in this case, in this condition, we can see from Ma Huang Tang, patient have fever, no sweat, headache. From Gui Tang, patient may also have fever or even headache, but patient will be sweating. Why the patient will be sweating? When they attacked by cold, in Ma Huang Tang we said when the patient attacked by cold, the skin, the superficial, will close. It's similar when in winter we close all the windows to keep inside warm. Same as our body. When we are attacked by cold, we will keep our superficial closed to keep inside warm, to defend the cold from the environment, from outside the body. But in this case, patient also attacked by cold, but why they will be sweating? The sweating indicates the deficiency of superficial. So although the body want to protect from the outside condition of which is cold and internal, but the superficial was weak, was deficiency. So because superficial deficiency and attacked by cold, that's why although we want to protect but still sweat. In this condition, the patient will have a yang deficiency, which we can see from, because yang qi, yang energy have the function of holding the fluid, which is in this case is holding the sweat. So when the yang deficiency, it becomes the superficial yang deficiency. In this case, patient will be sweating. As they sweat, the the yin also will be deficiency. So from the sweating, we can see this in this kind of patient, they have both yin and yang deficiency. So in this condition, we don't use Ma Huang Tang anymore, because our Ma Huang Tang is very strong to disperse, to cause you to sweat, to get the pathogen out of the body. But in this condition, in Gui Tang condition, the patient have deficiency already. So the body is weak. In this case, we use Gui Tang. Gui Tang, as you can see from the formula, is made of 桂枝、白芍、甘草、生姜、大枣。There's only 5 ingredients there, but in this formula, 桂枝 is pungent and warm. The property of 桂枝. The property of 白芍 is sour. The property of 甘草 is sweet. Even 大枣 also sweet. As we know from 黄帝内经, pungent and sweet can generate yang, sour and sweet can generate yin. So although we only have 5 different ingredients in this formula, it has the function of tonify both yang and yin, improve the yang level and yin level, and harmonize 甘草 and senjiang. And also in this formula, 甘草 is double dose as 麻黄汤. Why they use like higher dosage of 甘草 in this condition? Because we want to tonify the spleen. Senjiang also to warm the spleen, to tonify the spleen. In 桂枝汤, it originated from the books. Behind the formula, under the formula, it will written that after taking the 桂枝汤, patient is recommended to eat some rice porridge, warm rice porridge, and cover with the duvet. Why we want this after taking 桂枝汤? Because 桂枝汤 is not the function of 桂枝汤 is not very strong, so we need to use some like warm rice porridge or duvet to keep the temperature, to improve the digestive system, to improve the stomach. That's why we use warm rice porridge after taking 桂枝汤. So 桂枝汤 is used for superficial deficiency, cold, flu or cold due to superficial deficiency. We can see the patient have fever, headache, and sweating. 桂枝汤 and the other formula, 玉屏风散 is very similar. 玉屏风散 also can protect the superficial. It consists of 黄芪、白术、防风. But 玉屏风散 is used to more slight condition. If severe condition, we need to use 桂枝汤. They both for superficial deficiency. The next formula we are going to talk about is 九味羌活汤. 九味羌活汤 is not a formula which we use very common, but it's very different from the other 麻黄汤、桂枝汤, even 大青龙汤, because in this condition, 九味羌活汤, we also use for flu, for cold. The patient may have fever, headache, but in this kind of patient, the patient still also have dampness in the body, so the patient will feel tired, will feel body pains, and the patient may feel thirsty, and sometimes they have bitter taste in the mouth. The tongue coating was white. In the cold condition, in the dampness condition, the patient may feel thirsty. There are excess fluid in the body, but the patient still feels thirsty because the spleen function, the stomach function is not good enough to distribute the fluid to certain area. So the patient will feel thirsty, but interesting enough, the patient feel thirsty, but the patient doesn't want to drink. When they drink water, or they don't want to drink cold water, because if they drink cold water, they feel more uncomfortable. The most important ingredients in 九味羌活汤 is 羌活. So as you can see here, the ingredient of 9味羌活汤. Qiang火、防风、苍竹、细辛、川芎、白芷、生地黄、黄芩、甘草. So Qiang火 goes to 太阳 meridian. 细辛 go to 少阴 meridian. 白芷 go to 阳明 meridian. It goes to different meridian, and Taiyang meridian is one of the most important yang meridian. We use Tangzhu to clear the dampness in the body, and also there's why Study-Gui. In this condition, why we use Study-Gui? It's actually because the patient feels thirsty, and there's some signs of dampness, and on the other hand, the patient's lack of fluid. So we use Study-Gui to tonify, to relieve the thirsty. And Huangqin is a kind of herbs for bitter. The property of Huangqin is bitter and cold. So in this 9味羌活汤, we used all different. We treat the patient from all different aspects. It's from to disperse to clear the dampness and to clear the heat. That's the main function of 9味羌活汤. Thank you for watching our video today. For more information, you can visit our website. You will find our website on the comments.